Hi Pisces, how are you? This is your reading for December or the next 4 weeks whenever you find this. And I felt very called to start with your sign for what I would say, like my monthly readings that I've been doing. And so when I was meditating on your reading, I kept hearing the next 12 months. And then I heard roller coaster ride. And now I was confused by this because I'm like, Spirit, I'm only setting the intention for the next 4 weeks. But I feel like there's something about this next year that we're about to move into, 2025, that is specific for you, that they're wanting to bring through in this message for you. So I'm so happy to spend this time with you. Please take a moment to take a few deep, mindful breaths. Close your eyes, as long as it's safe to do so. And set the intention to receive the messages you most need to hear in this reading. Time and space are irrelevant. It will work if you set the intention that you're open to receive the messages that they have for you. So I just felt compelled to say that. All right, we're gonna start with a new to me deck, newish. I haven't worked with it very much at all. The Angels and Auras Oracle. So I felt very drawn to use this. I also had this gorgeous piece of lepidolite sitting on top of it that I'm drawn to mention to you is a very calming stone. And so this might be something, a crystal that Spirit is urging you, I'm hearing. Okay, so Spirit is urging you to work with something like that has a very soft aura, a calming frequency about it, and for it to be a stone that you carry with you. So like a daily wear kind of thing. So I don't know if your anxiety, if you don't have a lot of peace in your life right now, if that's something that you're struggling with, Spirit is coming through and really urging you. That is the word they keep using, urging you to work with something like that to help your energy, to help calm it, soothe it, give it some peace. I feel like your aura needs some peace right now. And hopefully this reading can give you some as well. That's always my intent, that I be an open channel for Spirit, for your highest and holiest good, and that it brings you clarity and peace. All right, so we have energy healing. My gosh. So in the reversed position, it says antiquated, neglect, lethargic, malaise. I hope you can see that. And I do feel like that's kind of what they're talking about. You need a warm, soothing hug from the universe. You need literal energy, and what I was going to say is angelic energy healing. We have number 21, the World card in tarot, an ending, full stop ending into new beginnings. And so 2024, my hands are actually very activated reading for you right now, just like this picture. So that's very, very interesting. Earth is coming out here where they're wanting you to spend more time in nature. Even if you're where I live in the US, we're moving into some really cold temperatures. Winter time, it could make it more uncomfortable to be outside, but they're urging you, my gosh, this word just keeps coming through, to get outside, to make a conscious effort to spend more time outdoors, to connect with nature in that way. It's really important for you because you have some, I'm hearing affinity or some kind of deep connection with the outside world, with nature, birds, leaves, trees, grass, water, being out of doors. And so take them, if you know it's going to be cold, take measures to bundle up so you can spend, I'm hearing like 15 to 20 minutes a day minimum. If you can do more, obviously, that would be wonderful. Make it a new routine where you carve out that time for yourself to sit outside and just be. Just let nature soothe you, heal you. They are bringing through this lepidolite so strongly. They actually brought me to my lepidolite crow head skull. I'm not sure. It was given to me as a gift. So I'm going to look this up in our crystal book because we need, this is the message, or at least the big one that they're bringing through right now. Let me find where this is in the book. We're just going to read it together. I'm going to read from the Crystallary book by Maya Toll. I have almost all of her oracle decks and I'm obsessed. She is phenomenal. Okay, I had to cut that part of the video because I was spending time finding the page in the book. So it's on page 91, which reduces to a 10. Again, endings and beginnings. It says, breathe in your trueness. Lepidolite's lilac luster is the stuff of princess dreams and fairy tales. Something in us rebels when we see it, thinking that can't be natural. But lepidolite's tranquil tones are the real deal, not manipulated or man-made. Don't doubt my authenticity and don't doubt your own, lepidolite quips. Lepidolite knows that being outrageous, outrageously beautiful or funny or smart doesn't make you false. Shining brightly gives other people permission to shine, to show their authentic, multicolored self. When you're able to put down your masks, when you recognize the person you see in the mirror, your heart and spirit calm and your soul takes a deep breath. Let lepidolite support you in breathing in your trueness and basking in your outrageous spirit. So it says, rewrite the book as a ritual. Lepidolite is in the mica family. I feel like that name could maybe be significant to someone. Micas grow in sheets, and when there are many sheets of mica, it's called a book. The stories of our lives are like books of mica, layered tales that over time tell us who we are. Sometimes the way to shift your future is to sort through the chapters from the past, find the ones that no longer fit the arc of the life you are creating. Think of each story as a thin sheet, by itself flimsy, but becoming solid and structural when in a stack with other stories. What stories do you tell yourself that no longer serve? And then over here it talks about self-soothing. How do you self-soothe? And so that is what was coming through. How much of your anxiety and stress comes from not speaking your truth and not being yourself? So this is what was coming through in calming your nervous system. It's actually used, so this is interesting. The purple color in lepidolite comes from lithium, the same lithium that is used in psychiatric medicines to treat depression and anxiety. Lithium calms the nervous system. Okay, so everything that we were saying about how you need something to soothe you, to calm you, to bring you a sense of peace and well-being, these are the things that are coming through here as you end this chapter. Literally, as what it was saying, you are ending and closing out a book. Not just a story, but a book of your life, because you have many books and you will continue to have more books in your life. That is of you. That is you. You're closing out this book. And this is really significant because I feel like 2025 being a roller coaster does go hand in hand with beginning a brand new book. Not just a chapter, not just a story, a brand new book in your life. And so being very grounded, being intentional about your well-being and establishing habits that ground your energy, soothe your energy, and promote a sense of calm. I'm hearing in the face of urgency, which is interesting because they were urging you, they were using that word over and over again to get a piece of lepidolite. So I really feel like things are moving and shaking. In fact, what I'm visually being given right now, I live in Missouri, and at the Six Flags in St. Louis, there is a very old, I think it's still in operation, roller coaster there called the Screamin' Eagle, which, as I say this to you, I feel like eagles might be significant to you as well. It's called the Screamin' Eagle, and that thing is terrifying, man. Like, it is, you think you're going to be decapitated. It is old and wooden and rickety and a blast if you're into roller coasters, but it is something. And I'm telling you this because there's a lot of emotions that happen when you're riding this old rickety, like, I feel like that book is being closed though. So maybe you've also felt like you've been on this old rickety roller coaster and you're just done. Like, this is my last ride on this roller coaster and I'm getting off of it. I'm going to ride a brand new one that I've never ridden before. Yeah, that's very, very interesting. What else, Spirit? I'm very curious. This is so interesting so far. So if you've been called to have a Reiki healing session, I would sincerely encourage you to go through with that. That is really coming through here. I believe I still have that as an option in my Etsy shop, because I am a certified Reiki master. I really don't sell it as a service, but I'm not trying to peddle my service. I think what I'm trying to get across here is, for one, they are giving you that green light with the green here to have that energetic healing session done. But also just make sure you do it with someone that you trust. Use your discernment. I feel like you have been working on discernment skills for some time, and they want you to use that. If don't just pull up somebody willy-nilly. That's all I'm getting at here. Look, then we have guardian angel number 3, and we have self-respect and worthiness. Yeah. So we have 3, 21, which reduces to a 3, and 35. So we have another 3 in there. So 35 is an 8. I do feel like this next year coming up for you is going to be very abundant. Very abundant. I just see like this new path, this new adventure that's going to be very busy and hectic. There's going to be a lot going on. And that makes even more sense with this soothing, grounding energy, rituals, practices, daily rituals like carrying or wearing a piece of lepidolite, like we were talking about in the beginning, to help you through this time, because it doesn't feel bad is the thing. It actually feels quite exciting, like being on a roller coaster. I mean, you're not going to get on a roller coaster and just be bummed out and, with your like 4 of cups, with your like over it. Like, you're going to be in the moment in a roller coaster. You can't not be. And that is what the next year is going to look like for you. It's so interesting that they're like, we're not even concentrating on December. You need to know what's coming up. 2025, here's what's coming up. You are protected. You have so much spiritual wisdom inside of you that is to be shared with the collective. If you have ever, I feel like you have a very deep connection with your personal angels, with your angelic team, your spiritual team in general. And I don't know that you've always either been a confident person or considered yourself a confident person, but all this work that you have been doing has shifted you into a leader type role. And this is very significant because I feel like you 5 years ago would be like, a leader, me? But this is what you've been, whether you realized it or not. All the self-work that you've been doing, the healing, the purging, the shadow work. Some of you may have been in therapy and been really just deep in there. All of this has been a culmination of this point in time right here, right now, moving, shifting over the next 4 to 6 weeks into the new year, into this leadership, this confident role where you are helping and guiding and sharing your wisdom for other people who need it. And there's still, what I'm being given here is there's still this string or this tendril or this voice in the back of your head that's like, but do you really think that you're somebody who should or could be doing that? And maybe it's the tiniest, quietest voice that used to be very loud, but it's still hanging out there. And what Spirit's actually giving me here is not like getting mad at that voice or trying to eliminate it altogether. You're at a place now where it's time to tell that voice, tell that part of you, I love you, I see you, let's hold hands and go on this ride together. I'm going to integrate you. I'm going to integrate that part of myself. I see it. I know that it exists. I'm not trying to shun it anymore. We're going to get on this roller coaster together. And you're going to see, you saying this to the little voice, you're going to see firsthand that we're ready, we're capable, we're worthy. We are here to do great things. We're here to lead. We're here to guide. We're here to help raise the vibration. And all that really means is to help inspire and uplift humanity so they can be their most healed and highest version of themselves. And it ripples out like a stone in a pond, you know? It's a really big deal and it's really simple at the same time. But you are guided and protected. If there's something coming through here about maybe worrying about finances or just that kind of physical stability, they really want you to just, again, love on that voice and integrate it, but not listen to it anymore, because that's not something you need to be worried about. You are so divinely guided and protected. You will be taken care of because you have to be taken care of in order to help the collective. You can't be living in a box under a bridge and not having eaten for 3 days. Like, I feel like some of you have these like real worst case scenario kind of fears. And I don't feel like they're unfounded, actually. I feel like many of you have lived through experiences where these were real fears, your survival. You had been in survival mode. So it's not like some cockamamie fear. Like, this comes from a real, true, genuine, lived place. And what's coming through here is you have done so much. You have come so far. You are in perfect divine timing where you're supposed to be. Why would your team forsake you now? That would not benefit the whole, and it wouldn't benefit you. And that's not a lesson that you need to navigate at this time. And I know that sometimes it's hard for us to say, how could this awful, horrible, terrible, despicable thing happen as a lesson? And I don't know the answer to that, but I do know from my own personal lived experience that we have terrible, horrible things happen sometimes, and we learn and grow from those experiences. And how amazing is it to be able to come out on the other side a more whole and healed and stable version of yourself than you ever were before you went through it. Doesn't mean that you deserved the awful thing, but you navigated it, you survived it, you thrived through the pain. And that's precisely what you're going to be helping other people do who are going through their dark nights of the soul, like you have been multiple times. Like, you haven't just had one dark night of the soul. You've had 3 or 4 or maybe 6 or 7 over a 5 to 6 year period of time, maybe 10 years. So this is a long thing, a long drawn out thing. And so I think being grounded, doing that energetic healing, energy work, being mindful of your well-being is paramount right now, to keep you as solid and steady and prepared and ready for the new book that's getting ready to begin. Okay, I just feel called to look at the bottom of the deck here. What is this? Perfect timing. Number 29, this is what we were just talking about. Everything has happened to get you in alignment for right here, right now. Auspicious clockwork planning patience. Wow. I mean, this is where you're at. You are in perfect divine timing right now. Wow, wow. Let's get some more cards. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you want Pisces to know? Please and thank you. What else do you want Pisces to know? Please and thank you, Spirit. If this reading is resonating for you, I would love it so much if you could sprinkle some love on the like button for me, share or subscribe, leave a comment, even if it's just a purple heart to let me know you've made it this far. Those are all free, easy ways to help support me, support the channel, help the algorithm so these messages get to all the individuals that they're meant to reach. I'm very, very grateful for you to just spend your precious time here with me. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we got several cards here. Let's see. Resistance number 40. Okay. We have resistance number 40. And then we have scavenge number 44. So we started out with repeating 3s. Now we have repeating 4s. So there is a growing, an expansion, moving from one level to the next. Look at this. And then we have number 43, sacred space. I hope you can see this. And I'm going to put our crystal right here. And then number 2, anomaly. Yeah, you're doing something really special that is supported and really created for you by Spirit. I feel like some of you, when we were talking about that survival mode, surviving, not survival mode, surviving. I feel like some of you have really, truly experienced that, where eating, where food, literally survival was something you were having to navigate. And there's something also coming through here, and it could be very specific for just one or two of you, where addiction could have been maybe homelessness. These things could have been really, have really affected you, been significant things you had to figure out how to not only overcome, but move through, thrive through, grow from. And I feel that this is something that you are going to be helping other people who are in that same place. So now that you have built, you've navigated all this, you now have a sacred space, even if you're manifesting a bigger home, or more space, more physical abundance, material abundance, which I did see in your first 3 cards. And look, we have 4 eggs right here. Yes, so 444, stability, foundations. I feel like you have a way of helping people who may have been very resistant to getting help, to feeling like they were someone who was capable of overcoming those kinds of energies. You are such an anomaly, just like this card says, not only what you have survived through and overcome, but the way you carry yourself, the way you treat others, the way in which you've done all this is kind of shocking and surprising, and makes people pause and listen to you and consider what you have to say. I feel like in your heart, you want to help people see their light in the dark, see their own light in their darkness, to see that they can navigate themselves with the help of spirit out of the depths of ultimate survival and into this thriving sacred space that they're proud to call their own, that they feel safe and nurtured in, that they're not living in survival mode. And I feel like you're able to really reach those who are quite resistant to it, because we know, especially if we're talking about people struggling with addiction, you have to, and it doesn't matter what kind of addiction it is. It could be an addiction to food, to anything, TV. I mean, literally anything. You yourself has to be in a place where you are ready. It is not going to work if you aren't ready, no matter what it is. And so what's interesting about your energy, what's kind of an anomaly, is that you are able to reach those who still feel resistance, and they hear you. So it shifts something in them. Shift actually doesn't even feel like big enough a word. It fractures something so that the light can get in and they can see and start to feel that energy of, I'm ready to change, I'm ready for more, I'm ready for light, I'm ready to stop the wheel and stop surviving. I mean, I feel like if there's 100 people trying to talk to this person, you are the 1 out of 100 that is able to get through to them in some way. And it's not in an overbearing or pressuring kind of way either. It's sharing your story and your wisdom, and your light just pours out of every bit of you, and people feel it and see it, and it fractures something in a positive way. I would really be looking for 4s. If you need some kind of sign, reassurance that this message is for you, that you're moving into, Spirit is moving you, they're correcting me. Spirit is moving you out of your old energy, closing that book, putting it on the shelf, and physically moving you into the new one, because it's time, because all of this is divinely guided. So I want to get some actually, I'm really guided to the animal oracle. I was going to get tarot, but I'm guided to the animal oracle. Spirit is moving you. And that could be literal, actually, like literally moving you into this new book, because you're ready now. It's time now. And what comes along with this, a lot of wish fulfillment for you. I know that you're not doing the good work that you're doing and about to do in order to get a reward, but it is coming through that these things that you have desired, that you've held close to your heart, that you've been manifesting, are going to be made manifest for you in the next 12 months, because they're meant for you, because you've done the work, and because you deserve it, and you believe that you deserve it now. And that is, I feel like, one of the final puzzle pieces for you, that worthiness component of, okay, I do deserve good things. I do deserve good things. Keep reminding yourself of that. You deserve good things. I mean, I feel like you've kind of crossed that threshold, if I'm being honest, where maybe you had resistance in the past to being this person, to thinking you were worthy of your manifestations to come to light. But now you've overcome that. Thank you, Spirit. Do you have any other messages for Pisces, please, and thank you. Any other messages? Thank you for Pisces. Oh, wow. Thank you, Spirit. Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. Number 16, the Tower card. Yeah, they're like physically moving you from one energy to another, that it might feel a little, I don't think it's going to feel bad. I think you're going to know, to be honest with you, even though we've got this Tower energy. I don't think this is a surprising, even though the Tower can be surprising, most of the time it is. I don't feel like it's going to be in this situation for you. I feel like when Spirit rocks that boat and makes that shift and moves you, you're just going to be like, yep, this is it. This is it. It's happening. Let's go. Ooh, I love that energy. It's happening. Let's go. You're not going to question it. You're not going to blink, but it is going to be, okay, it's happening. Here it is. Let's go. I'm ready. So, ooh, and look at the bottom. Crow spirit, co-create with spirit. Number 17, the star, healing, being seen. Whoa, wow, this is big energy, Pisces. I have goosebumps. Wow. Oh my gosh, look, rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. All of this is happening. This is amazing, amazing. I can't say it enough. Number 49. So that reduces to a 13, I think. Death, endings, new beginnings. Get out of town. Would you look at this? Cow spirit. The miracles are endless. The miracles are endless. This is wild. This is wild. What's coming in for you is miracles, because you yourself are a miracle to other people. And it's gonna feel so strange in a way, because you're like, I'm just doing what I feel called to do. I'm just being my most authentic self, just like Lepidolite was talking about in the part of the book that we read. I am finally being my most authentic self, and I'm just doing what I feel called to do to help other people live their highest timeline, their most authentic life. And here the miracles are pouring in, and you're in this in between. You've got your hand on the doorknob about to open the door, but Spirit's going to open the door is the thing. So just work on this energetic healing, get the Reiki session, do whatever it is that feels right to you. Carve out 15 minutes a day to be in nature. Just open your hands and your heart to knowing that these miracles are meant for you, and they are coming in. This is your confirmation. I just felt called to say that. This is your confirmation. Now is a lucky time. This is really wild. Yeah, rabbits, carrots, seeing this kind of symbolism around you. But I don't even feel like you're in the energy. I mean, I know that you're waiting. I know that you're excited and you're ready for this new beginning, for these miracles. But I also feel this sense of, like, have you actually surrendered? Because I think you have. I don't feel this desperation energy from you. I kind of feel like I feel called to tell you to just kind of chill, enjoy, work on this energetic healing, on these places that you feel like you need to spend time outdoors, and just, centering your energy, feeling more calm, more grounded, more centered. And these things are just going to come in. There's nothing that you have to really do at this point. It's a rest and receive energy. Wow. This is really, really exciting. I don't know if I feel called to pull any more cards, if I'm being honest with you. I do. One more. Let's pull an activation card. Even though I just feel like it's a rest and receive, but I do feel called to get you one more card. Maybe this is confirmation, Spirit. Just one more card for Pisces, an activation or a confirmation. Please and thank you, Spirit. Activation or confirmation. Thank you. I think we got 2. Now, would you look at these colors? Because this is literally the color of the stone that they want you to work with. And we got 2, and they're both the same colors. Look at this. So we have Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Again, that's the confirmation for that Lepidolite. And the colors. I mean, this is really, really spectacular. And then we have Soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Man, if you can go back and listen to what we read in that book about lepidolite, it is just confirming it. From the colors to the message, this is really incredible. I also feel like something with Horus is coming through here. So that's that divine masculine energy. And I just feel like mentioning that might be a confirmation for someone who has, I don't know, either been studying ancient Egypt or been connecting with Horus or had that come up for them in another reading. So yeah, this is your reading, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here and spending your precious time and energy with me. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment, even if it's just a little purple heart or an owl emoji, so I know that you made it to the end of the reading, and it helps the algorithm immensely, and I am so, so grateful. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find that information at my website at theseaowl.com. I have it in the description box below too. And more than anything, Pisces, please take excellent care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.